So, welcome back to Tour de France 2025, a game I'm actually really enjoying at the moment. This game releases on June 5th on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC, and that's where I'm playing it. But importantly, if you play it on PC, you do still need a controller. Today we select race mode once again because we're gonna do another monument, not LBL, we'll do Paris-Roubaix this time around, the flat cobble classic. As you know, I'm far from an expert on this game, so I'll play on professional for now, until I start winning regularly. Anyway, when it comes to the start list, Alpes in the Koning, as always with the favorite Mathieu van der Poel. Meanwhile, Wout van Aert is the leader of Visma Lease bike. But I want to play with this man, Mes Pedersen, the Danish cobble gobbler. And let's be honest, his team, Little Trek, is pretty strong. With basically a super domestique Jasper Stuyven 78 cobble stat. By the way, Pedersen is 80 cobble. But I am going to replace Dan Holo with Squeens because he's a better cobbler. There we go, that's my team. And here it is, Paris-Roubaix, 259 kilometers, 30 cobblestone sectors, 3 mythical ones with Trouée, Arenberg, Mons-en-Pével, Carrefour de l'Arbre. Sounds like fun. For me, that is. For the riders, I'm not so sure. So, the race has begun, but I gotta say my position is pretty awful. I want to get in the breakaway, but I'm kind of blocked in. We can attack finally with Matthias Vacek under the bridge into the breakaway. At the moment, I'm in a 5-man group, but there's 9 riders up the road. If that can come together, a 14-man group, that is actually pretty strong. Looks like the groups are coming together, 14 riders together up the road now, 2 minutes 40, 2 minutes 50 on the peloton right now, so the break has formed. That's a good group. I gotta say, these foresty environments is where the new game engine really comes to bloom. This place is absolutely stunning. So we've done about 100 kilometers at the moment. The first cobble sector is incoming, although, yeah, there it is. At the orange banner, this is where the cobbles start, and I just gotta make sure I can follow here. Troisville to Anchy. Once again, my controller is shaking on the cobbles, and well, I'm getting dropped, so let's get back to the group, because this should not be happening right now. Anyway, back in the group on the second sector of the day. I don't expect these first couple of sectors to do too much to the peloton and the breakaway, but I don't know if punctures exist in this game or crashes. I know I can crash myself by riding into the wall, but can an opponent of mine crash? I don't know. Oh snap, what is happening in the peloton? There's a gap right now between a group with Pedersen and Milan and a group with Stuyven that is the largest part of the peloton. What is happening? Let's take a look. So this is the Pedersen group. Looks like a generic split in the peloton, but the gap is about to be closed. So looks like the peloton will be complete in a second, and there we go, the peloton's back together. That was not exactly a crisis, but it was averted anyway. There's about 20 kilometers left before Trouée Arenberg. I think this is the moment where I put my team at the front and actually start pacing here. So for example, Screens can get to the front and kind of hammer the peloton a little bit, Tim de Klerk as well. I will keep Milan and turns to protect Stuyven and Pedersen because I might want to make a move on Trouée Arenberg because I love that sector. This scenario is exactly what I was looking for. Little Trek pacing at the front of the peloton into the next sector. Havlouis Awalers, and that is a big one. That's the precursor towards Trouée Arenberg, the Forest of Valers, and looks like my boys are pacing very well on this sector to the point that Pogacar has to close a gap on Van der Poel here, which I'm okay with him spending a bullet, and my team is trying to reduce the peloton on this sector, so hopefully that works. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Some riders have been dropped, but not exactly the amount I was looking for. Oh, actually, a split in the peloton right now. 64 people at the front, 26 with Ghana has been dropped. The next sector is incoming, and that's the big one. 5-star sector, Trouée Arenberg. I need to be ready. And actually, I want to switch to Jasper Stuyven for this one. There we go, into the chicane right now. I'll switch towards POV, there we go, first person view. I'll try to come past because Jasper Stuyven is doing the action right now. On to Trouée Arenberg. What a fantastic view. It actually feels like riding it, which I've ridden it last year. It's horrible to the point that I did not stay on the cobbles the entire time. I switched to the gravel road next to it. I think I'm passing people. Am I dropping people? I am dropping people. Who's in my wheel? I can't see anyone. I'm solo. I'm solo on Trouée Arenberg. Yes, I'm wasting the energy of Jasper Stuyven, but this is so much fun. There we go, sector finished. Do I keep going now? I think I have to. Let's bridge towards the breakaway. Finishing sector 17, and we can see the breakaway in front of us. 18 seconds is the gap, and a 2-minute gap towards the peloton behind us. So, a perfect bridge. If we can catch on to this group, then we've got Vacek as a super domestique up here. And that's exactly what's happening. So, Jasper Stuyven in the group. Let's put Vacek on pacing 100, I guess. So, playing with Pedersen once again, staying around the wheel of Van Aert and Van der Poel, who's on the left side of the road. Not much is happening in the peloton. The gap is 2 minutes towards the front, and I gotta say, I've never played Paris-Roubaix in this game before, so I don't know when the favorites do open up, so I'm kind of just waiting right now. Roughly 70 kilometers to go now. The gap is still 2 minutes 30 now, and the break is falling apart, which means... Is it Vatzik and Stuyven alone? Yes, it is. We've got 2 riders up the road. Riding solo? No. Riding duo, basically, at the front. 2 minutes 40 on the peloton, where we're waiting on the race to open up, and I don't know when it will, but Visma Lisa bike spacing, and for now we can just follow here. With about 50k left, the next sector is another 5-star sector, Mons-en-Pévèle, but my breakaway is falling apart. Stuyven, a sole rider up the road, out of energy. Is that Van Aert already moving to the front? Am I blind? That is Van Aert at the front, so let's try and follow his wheel. Gotta say, Mons-en-Pévèle, I rode it last year. I rode it in rainy conditions, in muddy conditions, compared to Trouée Arenberg. Super easy. Anyway, enough shitting on Mons-en-Pévèle. In the wheel of Van Aert at the moment, still a group of 29 people with 46 kilometers to go, so not exactly a selective race. Hola, we've got some moves in the group. Yves Lampaert attacking with an Ineos rider, and the gap towards Stuyven is going down and down and down, so at some point I'll have to attack myself, maybe on Carrefour de l'Arbre, maybe before that. But Jasper Philipsen's tempo is actually pretty damn high. 25 seconds, 24 seconds, the gap towards the front is melting, and Biffy goes. Van Aert is following that. I'll just keep following Philipsen right now. No, Van der Poel is going past, so I need to make sure I follow Van der Poel, who completely took that corner wrong, so that's good for me. Van Aert with a small gap. I want to close that. Philipsen's closing it for us. Actually, we're closing it for them now. Philipsen's closing it again. Chaos everywhere, but we're in the group, and Stuyven has been caught. We've had a couple of attacks, but they've all been neutralized by Alpecin and Wout van Aert, basically. I'm sitting in the wheel of Van der Poel right now with 30 kilometers to go. 14 riders left in the group. Stuyven's gone off the back as expected, so it's all about Pedersen now. We are fully fueled now, and the cobbles have started. Wout van Aert once again hard pacing, but Mathieu van der Poel is our man to follow, so that's exactly what I'm doing. Looks like Philipsen has been dropped, so it's only 1 Alpecin rider left, and still 8 people in total, but I feel strong. Mons-en-Pévèle is about to be finished. The next sector is where I want to try something. Here we go, to the left in the wheel of Mathieu van der Poel, and the sector will start right now. Carrefour de l'Arbre. I'll try to move to the front myself. Looks like Mathieu van der Poel is trying to do the same, but I can corner better, buddy. That's not true, but I'll try to pretend I can, and we will keep on pushing. Maybe I'll push out of the saddle a little bit. I want to put some pressure here. I want to attack the others on this sector with 17 kilometers to go. Carrefour de l'Arbre, Miss Pedersen with a gap. 6 seconds, 7 seconds, 8 seconds, 10 seconds. We are creating a gap on the group behind, and do we have the energy to keep this solo going? I don't know, but I will try. Last sector incoming. I have to lower my energy spendage because, well, my guy's energy is melting. 40 seconds is the gap on the last sector, 9 kilometers to go, but how am I able to keep that gap? That is the question, because I'm running out of energy. Oh no, on the left side we can see Wout van Aert has dropped Mathieu van der Poel and someone else and is closing in. 19 seconds is the gap, 18 seconds, 17 seconds, and we are running out of energy, so I don't know how I can win this race. There they are, it's Mathieu van der Poel and Wout van Aert. They're now together trying to close me down. 11 seconds is the gap, last 5 kilometers, and the Velodrome is coming. Yeah, they are right here on the right side of the road. I need to get to their wheel. Can I follow Wout van Aert's wheel? Am I replenishing energy doing that? Yes, I am. So we can sprint in the Velodrome. That is my plan now, is the only thing I can do. Biffy also coming back, so a 4-up sprint in the Velodrome is what's coming. And here we go, riding onto the Velodrome in the wheel of Wout van Aert and Van der Poel. Last 2 kilometers, Van Aert is trying something. I don't know what. Van der Poel is sitting up last 2 kilometers. I need to be ready. I need to be ready right here. Last 1.5. Don't launch too late again. Don't launch too late again. 1.3 onto the barriers. That's not a barrier. 1.1. I'm going to try and launch. I'm going to try and launch. It might be too early. I'm going to try and do so anyway. Mess Pedersen on the Velodrome. Blows up. No! Van Aert comes past. I forgot to think about my energy. It's pretty vital. We finish on the podium. beating Mathieu van der Poel, but losing from Van Aert and Laurens Piffy. So close, yet so far. Sounds like I still can't sprint in this game. Oh my god, I can't believe that I have to wait until Diego Pescador finishes Paris-Roubaix to get to the podiums. That man is 60 kilos, a Colombian climber. What the hell is a polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas? Wout van Aert winning Paris-Roubaix. So unrealistic. Like both RVV in the last video and Paris-Roubaix here, I'm so bloody close to winning them, but I just can't sprint for shit in this game, so it's something I really need to work on. So maybe in the next video, I might just do like 4 to 5 sprint stages and just keep trying until I win them. Because, well, otherwise I will never learn and I will keep getting results like today, a podium spot in Paris-Roubaix. Honestly, I can't wait to play some more Tour de France 2025, but that's gonna be for the next video. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.